Koorosh, you are a one-man shop. You do $60 million a year. You spend no money on ads, no money spent on marketing. You're all organic, word of mouth. The way you explain yourself is the concierge mortgage broker. Your clients know that they can use you for everything. You're their concierge. It's just you. You have two people who help you out. You have 99% profit margin and at a 1.25% margin. Thank you for being here. You run an unreal business. I'm so excited to talk to you.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Koorosh, the first thing I actually want to talk to you about is what does life look like for a one-man broker shop that does $60 million a year?
Well, everything is planned. Everything is scheduled. Um, Sundays are the most important days of the week because Sunday is the day that you spend preparing for the week ahead. And then Monday is without doubt the busiest day of the week. And everything is planned out. Like what loans you're going to work on, what order you're going to go into, how you're going to deal with new leads that come in during the week. Everything is scheduled. Everything has like a methodical approach to it. And it's like this every week for the last 10 years.
Wow. So you plan your week on Sunday, and off the call, you kind of told me a little bit about how your week goes and what you focus on Monday. So how do you divide your week? How do you think about the days of the week?
So Mondays are just files that we have in escrow, like active files. Then you go in order from which ones are going to close soonest, right? And then you just kind of work those files out. So Mondays are really generally designated towards just loans that you have in contract, and you're just working those loans. And then you're also kind of like, if you have to, there's certain leads that you have to check in on, and you just kind of let them know that, like, hey, I'm going to be reaching out to you on this day. I'm going to be working on your file on this day. So there's a little bit of like uh like a preparatory email for new clients, but really Mondays are just focused on the loans that we have in contract.
And then what do you do Tuesday through the rest of the week?
Then we have an order of priority for all the loans that we have to work on and like leads we have to reach out to. And so Tuesdays are generally new submissions. Wednesday and Thursday is kind of like working with new leads, new pre-approvals, things like that. And then, Friday is just generally designated for like an admin day, just things that you forgot to do during the week. But if you get everything done Monday through Thursday, generally Friday is a non-work day.
And your theme of being a client concierge, concierge mortgage broker, is your week designed to be that concierge to take great care of your clients?
Yeah, definitely.
So what
Definitely.
are the things that your clients can expect from you?
Well, expect from me. I mean, they're gonna get, obviously they're gonna get transparency. They're gonna get an idea of the steps ahead, what the next plan of action is going to be. But also, what they're going to get is a if they need it a a pool of other professionals that they need to reach out to button up whatever they have on their own financial side, like personal financial side. And so, through my like referral network of other business professionals, if someone needs like a CPA, an accountant, a wealth manager, a state attorney, whatever it may be, we have the networking pool that we can kind of make accessible to them.
That's fantastic. And so do you become essentially like a one-stop shop for whatever they may need? Obviously, not everyone needs everything you have to offer, but you have a lot of resources for them.
I am the designated front man. I am the one who's first in line, and I tell my LOs, or the LOs that I've tried to hire in the past but hasn't really came to fruition. The LO, or the mortgage broker, is the first line of priority, right? So no one makes a decision, like particularly if you're in contract for a house, right, and you're buying a house. the escrow officers, the real estate agents, no one makes a decision, no one puts anything on their addendum without consulting us first, without consulting me first. So in a way, in the client's eyes, I am the one who's being the most valuable because no decisions can be made without my consent. And you do that on purpose. You do that because you want to showcase your value in more ways than just getting someone a loan. Because theoretically, as we move closer towards like AI taking over, that getting loan part becomes easier and easier. So where is your value coming from? My value comes from being the person that they can come out to, and everything financially for them is set and stabilized.
Fascinating. And
Yeah.
this is something I've seen a lot of loan officers want to and try really hard to be involved in, like the deal structuring, the being the point of contact, the main person. How do you train maybe your clients, your referral partners, anybody, and everybody to see you as that main contact?
I don't think it's a training thing. I think it's how you position yourself, right? And clients can just kind of figure out like, okay, this one individual is taking the lead. And it's almost like the way they talk to you. Like even, in some rare occasions, some real estate agents might need help with this. And it comes to negotiating after the inspection report comes out. Hey, how much do you think we should ask for? How should we do it? Like I get those questions sometimes because I deal with negotiation so much that I have the experience to kind of know how to preface something, right?
Mm.
So you kind of just you take the lead, and by design, the clients and really everybody else involved kind of sees that. So it's really important.
How are you taking the lead without overstepping boundaries and stepping on toes?
Honestly, that's how you communicate. You just have to communicate with people that way, so they know that you're not trying to cross any lines or any boundaries. But
So you
that's a form of efficient communication. You have to be able to communicate with the agents and the sell and the buyers and escrow company, like whoever it may be that's involved in that transaction. There's a respectful boundary for sure.
got it. So you're kind of saying, hey, I don't want to step on toes. You like literally make it clear. It's like, but if you want this, this will have a better result. We can
If
do
you
it.
need, yeah, if you have a question, right, you can come to me. A lot of times, I'll even have like people that I want to work with, like maybe agents that I want to work with in the future. I tell them, and this is one of the ways that I get my foot in the door. It's like, hey, if you're in an escrow with someone else and you catch yourself in the bind and you don't know what's going on, or if like the lender's not doing something correctly and you're getting worried, call me. Call me and explain to me what's happening, and I can kind of help you navigate out of it. And you know,
Mm.
and I'm not going to get paid for my time there. But next time they're in contract, next time they have a buyer, they're going to remember like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. He knows how to get out of this situation. He knows how to deal with this and that. The next time I have a transaction, I have a buyer, I'm gonna refer to him.
It's just a way of being, and eventually people come to people of like, let's say your tribe, people that want those needs, that appreciate those things, value those things, just keep coming back. But you're set a certain way as an expert, and people gravitate towards that.
Your presence has to be set in a way where you're not making them feel rushed and you don't feel rushed, but it's almost like your presence has to be a resource that people can depend on. And now if you think about it, and I wish more LOs would think like this too, your success in this business is inevitable. It might take 5 years before you really start to build some momentum, but it's inevitable. You can't not succeed if you take this sort of approach,
Mhm.
you know, but it's not easy. It takes time.
I love it. Success is inevitable. It might take different length of time, more than we would like, but it is inevitable if you
Yeah.
approach it correctly. I want
Yeah.
to go back to your schedule. I know you have a family. Do you
Mhm.
have hard start date time and hard cutoff when you stop working?
Not on Mondays. Not
Okay.
on Mondays. Mondays are dedicated to work. So
Okay.
if I have to get in at like 8 a.m. and I'm here till 6 p.m., I'm good with it. Um, There are no start and stop. Like, for me, I do like to go to the gym in the mornings. I don't go on Mondays, obviously, but Tuesday through Friday, I will. Right. So I really won't get into the office till about 10:30 a.m. on those
Okay.
days. Yeah. But whenever you get in, you get in. There's a book I read. They said, even if the world is, I can't remember his name exactly, but I'll look it up while we're going through the podcast. He says, even if your world is burning, you still have 30 minutes to finish your workout. So
Mhm.
you just kind of zone out. You're like, you know what? Whatever issue I'm dealing with, because you deal with we're problem solvers. LOs, the best LOs are problem solvers by nature.
Yeah.
A lot of times those problems will solve themselves. You don't really need to do anything. So go to the gym, have a good workout, let things kind of play out the way they should, and then deal with it.
That's so good. Well, if you want to look at the book while you're looking at the book, I'll say two things that I've learned that you really nailed here. Uh, One is there's actually nobody really to call until 10 a.m. in the morning. So unless you're doing your job is as an LOA, doing a lot of paperwork, which Koorosh should do on essentially Mondays is all a lot of work, just taking care of stuff. There's no reason to be at the office before 10. You're not making any money. You're not doing money making activity. The second thing I learned that I really like and it helped me frame my approach to work is that no one's gonna die because of the work we do. Everything feels like an emergency. Everyone is a rush, but nothing is an emergency. We really do have a lot of time to get stuff done. It's just
Yeah.
people have an sense of urgency, and there's a difference between urgency and emergency. So if you want to
Yes.
take the 30 minutes to finish your workout, please take it. It's going to put you in a better mood, you be in a better frame of mind to take care of your clients. So I really like the way you're going about your day.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. The gentleman's name, the author, speaker, his name is Naval Ravikant.
Oh, I love Naval. I love
Amazing,
Naval.
amazing, amazing man.
Yes. So
Yeah.
what about, so you, let's say you get to the office 10:30. What time are you leaving on days that are not Mondays?
Uh, 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Perfect. And are you doing a lot of phone calls and taking care of clients once you leave the office, or is it for the most part your day is done?
So the rule that I have is that if we are in contract, if we're in escrow, my phone is available to you 24/7, right? Doesn't matter what time you call or text. And if you text at 10 p.m. at night, I'm going to immediately call you. So
Okay.
if we are in contract, I am available 24/7. If we are not in contract, you will not hear from me after 6 p.m. I will reach back out to you in the morning.
I love it. And you make that clear to your leads, to your
Very clear.
clients.
Very clear. And if they're newer, you obviously you set your boundaries and they realize it. Like, oh, I need to reach out to him during business hours until we get into contract.
And if they reach out, you're just not responding till the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Now, a lot of listeners don't know this because I say you do 60 million a year, but how many
Yes.
deals is that?
It's about 50 loans a year.
50 loans. So you're doing 50 loans a year for 60 million. So you're dealing with big loans.
Generally.
Was that by design or did it happen by accident?
It was 100% by design.
Oh, that's incredible. Tell us more.
I mean, the it was really just it was a fiscal decision. I mean, the bigger the loans are, the more money you make. The more you don't have to do as many loans to hit your quota, whatever your lifestyle quota is, right? I don't have to do 150 loans. You do 50 loans, right? And hit the same quota. And also, I have found that the higher loan amount loans and those borrowers are generally easier to it's easier to process their applications to closing than it is the opposite sort of loan amounts, like the 2, 3, 400 grand loan amounts, the median range there. I found that you actually end up spending more time on those loans than you do on the bigger ones.
Interesting. Do people of that caliber, like people that are buying multi-million-dollar homes have different income situation? Like, how many of them are W-2 versus business owners?
Probably 75% business owners.
Right. So you
Yeah.
have to know how to deal with different income than just like, here's a salary.
You have to be able to look at someone's bank statements, revenue, business, and kind of determine for yourself how much, how much actual like net revenue they're bringing in to themselves monthly.
So you do need to have specialized knowledge to be able to work with those clients.
Of course, 100%. Yeah.
It's not like just doing a conventional loan. It's actually it's more detailed, and that's where you become the expert for them, where they go to you for other things, because you have a familiarity with everything else they have in their financial life.
Of course. But also that's, you don't go somewhere to learn that. You learn it through experience.
More reps, more at bats. How did your business evolve to this point where you have these high net worth clients reaching out to you?
I mean, it really, so I started in 2012. In 2019, it really started to kickstart, right? Like 19, you kind of saw this gravitational pull to this next level. And then from 20 to 25, it went up the level after that, and it's kind of just stabilized and slowly, risen. But it took about like 6 years to really like start to it went from a grind to growth. It was
What
like
was
a
that
6 year
grind
grind.
like? What was that
The grind
6 years?
was that was a grind. So that is like you are working one deal at a time, and you are making sure that deal closes, and that deal is going to pay for however many months of your next mortgage.
What were you doing? How were you even getting those deals in that phase of your business?
Networking, you're just out there. I honestly, I don't know. I don't remember. I mean, you meet a couple agents and you just kind of work it through. But honestly, this is my practice. I'll tell you, it doesn't matter if you're working one loan that month or three. Doesn't matter what the number is. However many loans you're working on, especially early on, because we're talking about early on, you need to do the very best job possible on that one loan you have in front of you. Because if you do a stellar job, that person will refer you the next one. So really for me, because my wife was working at the time too, so we were just grinding it out, right? Whatever loan I had in front of me, do the very, very best job you can, connect with people, that person will refer you someone else, do a great job, it compounds. And I believe I've compounded it very, very well up to this point.
And at this point, how much of your business is referrals from current clients and past clients?
Probably like 80 to 90%.
So your referral partners are mainly your clients. It's not even realtors or accountants or anything like that.
It is those things too. Like there are a handful of realtors that I get consistent business from, but there's also realtors that, I mean, there'll be a realtor I haven't heard from in 2 years. Tomorrow he'll send me a buyer, because it's very inflated with real estate agents. So some of them are really just doing like a handful of deals a year, and when they have something they need from me, and they can call me. But
To put
I have other.
some context. Sorry, just to put some context around what Koorosh is saying right now is Koorosh is in California, where realtors really generally do maybe 2 or 3 deals a year, and at his price point, a lot of buyers are just cash buyers. So like if he
Yeah.
hears from a realtor every other year, that is not uncommon in his market.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. There'll be realtors I'll hear from that I haven't heard from for years.
How well known are you in the segment that you serve?
God, I don't know. You're gonna have to ask them. I think I'm pretty well known at this point. I think it's getting pretty good.
And do you do any proactive outreach to generate business, or are you very much like if the product is good, the serving the client is good, people will come?
I do not proactively, other than Instagram posts for some closings. I do not proactively do too much. I did sign up for Salesforce, and I do send some mass emails from time to time. But I will say it's been like 4 months and I haven't sent anything, which is bad because I told myself I would be more consistent. So I know, like you said, mass outreach, right? Proactively mass outreach. I will send
It doesn't have
another.
to be mass outreach. It can be just one-on-one
Okay,
outreach too.
but I will send like one big mass Salesforce email in early December, and I will do another one in late January because like it's like statistically people will remember you for the first half of the year if you do two emails kind of during the holidays.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is it about anything specific?
Nope. It's literally you just open the door and you say hello. That's
That's
it.
it. Hey, I'm
That's
here
it.
if you need me.
Yeah. Hey,
Sure.
this is what we're doing. These are our rates right now. Um,
Huh.
yeah. You know,
So your business is very much people coming to you at this point. After the 6 year grind was over, and since 2019, you're just focusing on giving exceptional experience to your clients, and they just keep coming back and refer people to you automatically.
yes, yes. But now we opened up a new office in Newport Beach. So
Right.
now for the next 5 years, whatever I've emulated in the Beverly Hills, West LA area, I'm going to be doing out here in Orange County
So it
and the
took you
coastal
six
areas.
years to 6 years of grind in West LA to get to $60 million a year. How long do you think you'll have to grind in Orange County to get it to whatever the number you want? Let's say another 60 million.
My goal is 3 to 5 years to have a stable market out here.
Stable, how much are you doing in volume like year in,
It's
year out?
I honestly listen, that's a growing scale, right?
Mhm.
Like the 60 in Beverly, it could be 65 next year, then 70, right? It's not about how much, it's not about the dollar figure. It's more about having a stability of like leads and loans and clients from Orange County that are reaching out to you. Because again, the same concept, you can never work, you can never act like you're rushed when you're working and you're trying to grow something, right? Whatever
Mhm.
the pace is, I don't care about the pace. Like I'm okay with whatever the pace because I know it's going to compound and grow anyway. So more about stability is like, am I getting leads from Orange County agents and buyers and referrals the same way it's happening in LA?
I love
So
that. So it's really not about the number for you. It's about that there's trust that is consistent.
exactly, exactly. The
Ah,
number's not important.
amazing. And what's your focus? What's your plan for getting Orange County off the ground and consistent, stable?
So I've had a really busy Q3 that's consumed my mind, and I haven't. I've prepared to put myself out in like Newport Beach, but I haven't really pushed it yet. And I was just waiting for the Q3 rush to kind of end so that I can like gather myself, go back into my equilibrium, and then go out there. So I have flyers that I'm gonna be walking and driving to all the open houses just to introduce myself to the agents and then go to the offices and be like, I'm not pushy at all. I'm like, hey, here's my card, here's my flyer, these are my rates. If you guys need me, call me. If you're in the bind, like I told you, if you're in the bind for escrow and you need some help, give me a call.
So you're very much like, here's again my product. If you need this product, call me. It's not,
Yes.
some loan officers are like, I want to solve every problem for my realtors. You're not taking that approach.
Nope. Nope. The book that we discussed, the Jordan Belfort selling guide book, that's where I learned it. I highly recommend everybody who wants to sell, who's an LO, needs to read that book
What was
because
your
it's
biggest
simple.
takeaway?
Well, like it's really simple. Remember in the movie Wolf of Wall Street, he said, "Sell me this pen."
Yeah.
It's very easy. are you, like you come to me, you say, hey, sell me this pen. Are you interested in buying a pen? If your answer is no, then you just walk away. It's that simple. If I meet an agent that I do not know, who's consumed with all the stuff that he or she has to deal with on that day, do they really want me to start egging them for 10 minutes about I can do this, I can do that? No. They're gonna be annoyed with you and they don't want to see you next time. You just hey, listen, I'm here if you need me. Here's my info, here's this flyer. Good luck with your day. I'll run into you again in a couple weeks. Kind of just it's very casual.
I love it. And are you focusing around your niche of high net worth client when you make these flyers and talk to these realtors?
Most definitely.
Okay. So you're becoming memorable for one thing. It's not just like, hey, I'm a loan officer, call me if you need me. It's like, no, I serve this clientele. Call me if you need help with this.
Well, listen, I serve all the clienteles, but I've grown accustomed to my sort of clientele base. So, I opened my office in Newport for like a specific reason. You know what I mean? Because my base would be mostly in that general area. So I want to grow that area, and then it kind of like your influence will leak over to other cities around that location. So that's why I started in Beverly Hills for 5 years, because I wanted to be in the mecca of the best place that you could basically be for this business. And then obviously the territories around Beverly Hills, all those other very nice, beautiful cities and towns, like you'll work in those as well.
Amazing. And you moved your personal residence as well, right? That was part of the
Yes.
reason.
Yes.
And is it that you moved your personal residence because you wanted to move, right? That was just that was a personal decision, not a business decision.
No. It's strategic. It's strategic. I
That was
wanted to. Oh yeah. When we were in Beverly Hills growing that market, I'm living in that market. Tony Robbins talks about this. He calls it proximity.
Mhm.
Tony Robbins talks about proximity a lot, and there's a lot of good things you could take away from what he talks about in his books. But the most important takeaway for me is proximity. If you want to grow in the market, you need to be in that market. You have to be there. So
having a proximity to where you want to grow helps you a lot. I have a lot of loan officers who dream of moving. Like they want to be in a new state, new city, new places in general, but they're so afraid that they're gonna lose what they've already built. What would you say to them? Are they gonna lose it, or is there a way to maintain what they've already built?
I mean, I think it depends on the sort of business they run. But if they have an organic clientele base, right? That base is not going to go anywhere. That base is there to stay, and you can kind of move out and go to another base and create it again. But I think that's just a fear. I somewhat had that fear, so that's why I wanted to stay in West LA for at least 5 years. Like my goal was 5 years. I didn't want to do it in like 2 or 3. I thought 5 was perfect. So there is a finite amount of time you should be in a given area. But no, I think, listen, that's just life though. If you move out of your comfort zone, you're going to grow as a human. So
Mm.
whoever wants to grow and wants to move to a different location, they should do it.
At the end of the day, live your life.
Yeah, it's just money. Money's not real. It's just a game.
So actually, this is a good segue. How you said money is a game. How much do you either think about or worry about money at this point in your career?
Um, I mean, I think everybody worries about money. They want to have a set amount, a goal, like if so they can live a certain lifestyle. But I don't think that I fear like losing it or at the end of the day, you can control what you can control. You just do the best you can. But I don't necessarily think about it too much.
You're not worried about paying your bills anymore.
No, of course. I mean, but you have to save for a rainy day. You never know what life is going to bring you, right? So you have to have your investments. You have to diversify. You have to have your money in different things. You have to be smart with your money. You know, I just recently, I was making like, I don't know, 400 grand a year for like 3 years, and I was driving a Lincoln, like a MKC. It was like a $30,000 car. And then I just recently upgraded to my dream car, but like for a long time, I was very content with just a regular car.
Living below your needs. What is your
Yeah,
dream car, by the way?
it's the Audi RS6.
Ooh, nice.
So
I
that's what I drive.
nice, nice. How fast does it go?
It's 600 horsepower.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Be safe, my friend. Be safe out there.
yeah.
You guys have the nice highways too. Bring it back to your business. How many deals? So you're doing about 50 deals a year. How many leads are you getting every month?
Maybe maybe 8 to 10.
So 8 to 10 leads a month where you're getting four-ish. Some months you're doing 5 deals out of it. So you're around 50% conversion from lead to funding.
Well, immediate conversion, yes. But overall conversion, it's much higher than that because I might get a lead today that doesn't materialize for another 18 months, which is very, very common, by the way. Very common.
That is an insane conversion. What's the process you have that allows you to convert at that level?
I mean, listen, again, it's that Jordan Belfort selling book. If someone is interested in what you have to offer, and you know yourself that your rate is going to be among the lowest, you're personable, you're easy to talk to, and your lender paid comp is 125 bips, right? 125 basis points. What reason do you have as a consumer? What reason do you have not to work with someone like myself, right?
Mhm.
Unless you find someone else that you know, it comes to times like you don't necessarily vibe, or like, it's funny. You might meet someone who's his soul and your soul, or hers, you guys just don't mesh at all, and they just don't feel comfortable with you. They want to work with someone else. Like, that happens from time to time. So that's part of the 80% conversion. But if you're in the market for this, you know, I really make it so that you don't need to go elsewhere, you know? So
It's when you told me you have 125 bips margin, at first I was wondering why so low. And the more I talk to you, the more I realize, like, oh, this is actually genius. Because everything, like you told me one time, everything in your business is intentional. And I'm like, all right, let's hear it. I was skeptical, but then the more you told me, I'm like, this is the best business model I've ever seen. You purposefully have high-end clients. Your value add is so high, and part of that is like literally the best place they can come. They're gonna get great service at low margins, like low rates, but you still make a ton of money and you live your ideal life. So you're not just trying to grab all the money, you're trying to live your amazing life that's in tune with what you want.
yeah, yeah, more or less.
How often do you get rate shopped?
Uh, like 30% of the time.
Oh, you still get rate shopped. How often do they actually get a better deal than you have?
Uh, like maybe 1 out of 10 will
Wow.
get, yeah.
How do you approach rate shoppers? What's your logic behind it?
Well, it's very case by case. It just kind of depends on the person. But for example, I had a gentleman and his wife reach out who's been texting me for a year. What's the rates today? What's the rates today? Kind of person, right? So on Friday at 6 p.m., him and his wife call me. They're like, "Hey, we're writing an offer on this house." Obviously, they're not using my pre-approval because I didn't give them pre-approval, so I know they're working with someone else. They're like, "Can you text us or email us rate options over the weekend?" Right? They called at 6. So I was actually hesitant to even answer the phone on a Friday, but they texted me like, "Hey, it's urgent. Can you please call us?" So I called them. And, you know, he wanted me to send him rates over the weekend, which obviously I did not do because you know my rule, right? So Monday at like 10 a.m., I called him. I was like, "So did you write your offer?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "How much?" He said, "How much?" I'm like, "Okay." And I kind of talked him through like some different options I have for him. And I was like, all right, I'm going to email you purposely. Like I waited 3 days because I want him to get all his quotes. So I'm going to email him a couple different options today. And if he goes for it, he goes for it. And if he doesn't, I'm probably not going to follow up a second time. You
So
know?
you purposely, like, you are not in a rush to give someone who's shopping you a rate. Like, you're not,
No,
and you don't
definitely
care
not.
if you win it or not. You're just gonna put your best foot forward and then see what happens.
Well, you say like, look, this is what I can offer you. It's going to be different. Like it's not going to be, if he's talking to a normal lender broker, they're not going to be able to offer the structure that I'm offering. So I know it's going to be unique to them based on the other quotes that they're getting. But you just kind of, you put it in God's hands a little bit, right? You can't control everything. So, but I'm confident, like I'm confident I'll get his loan. I
Yeah,
am. Yeah.
it's one thing you said, like smaller loan amounts have more work sometimes or just require more. What's
Yeah.
the one downside of working with your clientele, like the high net worth individuals?
So one issue is that if they're real high net worth, they usually have like a wealth management company that holds their assets, right? Like stocks and brokerages and things like that. And a lot of these wealth management banks and brokerages have their preferred lender relationships.
Hmm.
And some of them also, like, if you're with Merrill Lynch, which is Bank of America, and you have 4 million in a Merrill Lynch account, it doesn't matter what I can offer them. B of A is not going to lose that client. So you have those situations as well. Like, listen, there's people like you can't compete. You can't compete to get their business.
Is there a net worth level that you just can't, like you can't offer them the loans that the financial institutions will offer them?
Usually, if your net worth is anywhere between 10 and 20 million, they usually already have like a bank or wealth management firm that can take care of it for them.
Okay. But below that, you can compete and win those deals.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Definitely.
Okay. So your ideal client is someone who's getting a loan for 1 to 3 million, so probably has a net worth of 2 to 6 million roughly.
Yeah,
Or
one to
things like
one to
that.
5 million. 1 to 5 million is a sweet spot type range that we have.
And do you have referral, like do you have financial professionals that you refer people out to?
Oh, of course. Of course. Wealth managers are some of my best referral partners.
So they send you deals and you send them clients.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How many of them do you work with?
Two of them very regularly.
Okay. Do you intentionally keep it at 2, or do you want to meet more, or what's your approach?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy to meet as many wealth management brokerages or firms that I can.
I feel like financial advisors is a domain where not enough loan officers play, and there's a lot of potential there.
There's a lot of potential there. By the way, when I say two, I don't mean individuals. I mean their firm.
Oh, interesting. So there's many
Yes.
people in there that know you, and you
Yes.
guys.
I mean the actual firm. Yeah. The actual office.
But you're not going with banks like Merrill Lynch that have Bank of America relationship. You go with
Right.
more independent.
Yeah. Yeah. Like a Brighton Jones, for example.
Gotcha. Would you
Yeah.
say Edward Jones, those companies also, what's the other one that's also does a lot of insurance? Are they good resources or not really?
Yeah. Yeah. Charles Schwab is good. Brighton Jones, they're all good. Yeah.
Interesting. We're coming to an end. We've been talking for a while. What advice do you have for loan officers?
New or current?
Whichever you want. So specify which and what advice you have for them.
So new, I would say, and again, listen, before I get onto this tangent, there are certain loan officers and mortgage brokers where they excel with lead generation and calls and call centers. Like I know mortgage brokers and brokerages that we both are familiar with who do a phenomenal job at that. And that's a good business to run if that's the type of business that you want to do, right? On my end, because it fits my personality better and how I am, I'm more low key. So I like the organic growth, building relationships, things like that. So whichever one you fit, like your mold fits that personality, do it. There's no wrong answer, but it's a different way of how you have to approach it. If you're going to do the lead call center thing, you got to hire people to run those phones. You can't be doing it on your own. You have to hire, right? So it's there's a lot more risk tied to it. The way I do it and who I'm going to be speaking with is like, if you're like me, a little bit of an introvert, you like to work deals, just remember that it's organic growth. So you have to work your way up. And it's going to take a long time, but your success is inevitable. And there's 2 or 3 books that I recommend you read. It's called the original made in the 1920s, the How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort's Selling Guide, and then the last book is called Rework. It's one word, Rework. That book helped me a
Is it
lot.
a Jordan Belfort book as well, or is that
No. I don't remember the author's name, but it's one word, Rework. Read those 3 books, and yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. I have one more question, actually. What's something that you wish I asked you that you really want to share, but you didn't get the opportunity right now? Until now.
I think I don't know. I think we covered everything. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Of course. Can loan officers reach out to you?
Yes. Instagram hashtag, if you could put on the bottom too, is mortgage broker LA.
Mortgage broker LA. That's such a good
That
hash.
is
That's so
that
good.
is that is my Instagram business name. When I go networking, when I'm out meeting people, they ask for business cards. I don't give them business cards. I just put my Instagram name in their phone, and I'm right there. So
good.
Mortgage broker LA, and I am looking to hire someone.
Okay.
But
who's the ideal type of loan officer for you? Who should reach out to you about working with you?
if someone's been listening to this episode, then they know exactly who I'm looking for. If that person is listening, he's like, I'm that person, then that person should reach out. But if they're not, then it's okay. They don't need to reach out.
That's a great answer. Thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Thank you, man.